All right, guys. So for you street takeover enthusiasts, it's over, right? As of December 1st, this past Friday, the street takeover law has gone into effect in the state of North Carolina, basically stating that violators could be charged with a misdemeanor and pay a fine of no less than $1,000 for your first time, no less than $1,000. So a misdemeanor and $1,000 fine if it's your first time participating in a street takeover. If you get a second violation within 2 years, it's upgraded to a felony and includes a minimum fine. Listen to this: a minimum fine equal to twice the value of the vehicle involved, and law enforcement could also seize your car. Let me say that again. Second violation within 2 years, upgraded to a felony, and includes a fine equal to twice the value of the vehicle involved. If you are in a $90,000 Hellcat participating in a street takeover, and this is your second violation within 2 years, your fine would be what, $180,000? And your car gets taken. So somehow or another, you got to figure out a way to pay $180,000 to the city of Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department, and your car is gone. So you're paying $180,000 for a car that you don't even have. So needless to say, the street takeover situation in North Carolina should be coming to a close here pretty soon. 138 citations, 31 arrests, and almost 100 cars seized in 2023 alone. They're not playing. Let's go ahead and get into it. What's up, guys? It's your boy Knockout 360 here with another video, man. So as you can tell, I'm in a car that makes us a car blog. You don't know what's going down when I come around. Let's get into it. Car content, car shows, car reviews, car meets, anything and everything car related happens on this channel. So if you're into that, make sure that you stick around because you're in the right place. For everyone else, hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so that you know what's coming out and when it's coming out. So let's start from the top here. In 2023, CMPD has written over or issued 138 citations, made 31 arrests, and have seized almost 100 cars in 2023. The street takeover law has gone into effect as of December 1st, which was this past Friday. Violators could be charged with a misdemeanor and pay a fine of no less than $1,000. So if you are charged and it's your first time, misdemeanor and a fine of $1,000, right? If it's your second violation within 2 years, it's upgraded to, get this, a felony, and includes a minimum fine equal to twice the value of the vehicle involved. Law enforcement could also seize your car. So if you're in a $90,000 Hellcat and you're in the middle of a street takeover and CMPD decides to run up on you and it's your second violation within 2 years, $180,000, right? Because that's going to be twice the value of the vehicle involved, right? A felony, and they take your car. So you're paying $180,000 for a car that you don't own to the city of Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department. And I'm assuming somehow or another you still have to make a monthly payment on the car that you no longer own. I don't know if I've already said this. I'm pretty sure I have. In the year 2023, which is this year, they've already issued 138 citations, 31 arrests, and have seized almost 100 cars. Yeah, so they're not playing. They're not playing at all. Now dig this. This is the actual street takeover bill, and we've talked about this in the past. And I guess when we talked about it, obviously it wasn't into effect. It wasn't a law at that point. It was just kind of proposed. Well, now it's a law. This is what North Carolina considers a street takeover. Exhibit A, street takeover. The following definitions apply to this section. Burnout, operation of a motor vehicle where the motor vehicle is kept stationary, is in motion while the wheels are spun, resulting in friction, which causes the motor vehicle tires to heat up and emit smoke. That's considered street takeover. Donut, operation of a motor vehicle where the front or rear of the motor vehicle is rotated around the opposite set of wheels in a continuous motion, which may cause circular skid mark pattern of rubber on the driving surface, the tires to heat up and emit smoke. Drifting, spectator, being present, stunt, wheelie. All of this stuff is considered street takeover. Yeah, so these are all the definitions of what can be considered a street takeover. So if you're at a red light and you decide to, you know, kick up a little bit of smoke as you take off in traffic, that's considered a street takeover because that's burnout, right? That's number 2. Drifting, you know, anywhere you could be drifting. right? If it's raining outside and you decide to get sideways just for fun, that's considered drifting. That's street takeover, right? Make street takeovers unlawful. Section 1, Article 3 of Chapter 20 of the General Statutes is amended by adding a new section to read. 20-141.10 street takeover. It's considered street takeover. You know what I'm saying? Being present, being a spectator, a person who is within 150 feet of the location of a street takeover is considered a part of a street takeover. Spectator, person who is viewing, observing, watching, or witnessing an event without regards to the means by which the person arrived, is considered street takeover. So if you're at cookout, in the line at cookout, and there happens to be a street takeover taking place in the intersection, and you're in line, you know, you're getting your chicken strips tray with the side of onion rings and a side of seasoned fries and a huge cheerwine, which is my favorite. You're getting your meal. Street takeover is happening within 135 feet of you. You are technically considered present and a spectator, for which you could be held liable for such actions. Obviously, I'm being condescending and being funny here, but I mean, I'm cool with this. I hate the fact that you would charge somebody or fine somebody for twice the value of their car. Because I mean, that's, you know, if you're driving a relatively nice car, 60, 70, 80, 90, $100,000 car, and you expect for this person to pay double that somehow, some way, and hitting them with the felony, and you're taking the damn car that they're going to be paying double for, that's harsh. But at the same time, I understand they're trying to get the message across. So, I mean, all jokes aside, they had to do this. It was getting bad in Charlotte. I'm not even going to cap. It was getting bad. It was getting stupid. It was getting dangerous. Obviously, I don't go to that shit. You're not seeing, I'm not taking my $88,000 custom wide body Hellcat Charger 2023 to some bullshit with a bunch of Hondas and Toyotas doing dumb shit. Like, that's just not me. I used to do that shit with my V6 Charger back in 2015, 2016. But even when I got my Scatpack in 2020, you guys know I wasn't going to that shit. Now, I might have in the past gone to some stuff that was behind like a warehouse or behind a manufacturing plant or something like that. But as far as doing it in the middle of the street, that's I don't get down like that, because that's just stupid. You know what I'm saying? Now, the high speed stuff, I like that kind of stuff. You know, high speed up to the speed limit. So if the speed limit is 70, like 69, 70, 71, the high speed stuff, I'm cool with that, right? But the street takeover stuff, nah, that's just bad business. That's a bad look for the car community in general. And that's the type of stuff that as soon as more than 2 or 3 cars congregate, like, you got to call the police, because you just don't know what they're about to get into. It brings unnecessary attention, unnecessary heat from police, law enforcement. So I'm cool with this, to be honest with you. And I think the street takeover shit should just get completely shut down in Charlotte, in North Carolina, period, but Charlotte specifically, as, you know, that's the city that I'm in currently. So I'm cool with it, you know. What I'm kind of concerned with is police officers taking it upon themselves at their discretion to define and determine what is a street takeover and what is not. You feel me? So boom, I'm at a red light and I decide to get on it a little bit and get sideways. Technically, that's a burnout, for which the motor vehicle is spun in such fashion to heat up and emit smoke from my tires. That's considered street takeover. So if there's a cop that's wherever he is and he sees me kicking up a little bit of smoke, that's a form of street takeover, for which he can take my car and fine me for up to $180,000. If it's raining or something like that, which I never drive this car in the rain, but if it is raining and I decide to get a little sideways for fun, that's considered drifting, for which he can take my car and fine me up to $180,000. You know what I'm saying? Hit me with a felony. That's my only concern, is police officers making it or taking it into their hands at their discretion to determine what is and what is not considered a street takeover. I mean, anything based on this list can be considered a street takeover. Burnout, donut, drifting, being present, being a spectator, stunt. Stunt encompasses everything. Burnout, donut, wheelie, drifting. All right, squad, my bad, man. My Sony camera decided to overheat, so I'm using my GoPro Hero 12. Tell me how you feel about the quality of this. Can you hear me? Does it look clear? So on and so forth. Like I said, this is my backup camera because my Sony overheated. But yeah, getting back to the definition. Stunt is considered burnout, donut, wheelie, drifting, other dangerous motor vehicle activity. So what is considered other dangerous motor vehicle activity? I mean, is that revving your engine? Is that getting sideways off of a red light? So there's a lot that can be kind of up to the discretion of the officer that you're dealing with. And I mean, you know, it could be one of those things where he wants to make an example. He sees somebody like me in a Hellcat Charger. It's like, oh, I already know what kind of guy this is and what type of time he's on. And he just got sideways coming off the line in the intersection. Street takeover. You know what I'm saying? Street takeover, section 2, burnout. You know what I mean? And then before you know it, I got a misdemeanor on my record, you know? So that's my only concern with it, is just, you know, what officers decide to take what power into their control at their discretion, which I guess, you know, legally speaking, they can. But yeah, that's my only concern with it. But other than that, man, like, I'm cool with everything. Like, this shit's got to stop. Like, it's embarrassing. It's stupid. And shut that shit down. Now, as far as the other car meets that, you know, everybody knows and love, the meets that I love, I'm cool with them. Let's get back to that. But, and I'll be honest with you, like, even the type of stuff that I used to film, where we would go behind a building or something like that, you know, way in the cut, and people would start getting sideways. I'm cool with that type of behavior all day long. Like, I'm cool with that. People getting sideways, kicking up some smoke. Like, that's what these cars are designed for. But in the middle of an intersection, on a highway, on a busy street, yeah, that's stupid. You know what I'm saying? That's stupid. And that's the kind of stuff that gets people, you know, the general public, people that have absolutely nothing to do with the car meet. That's what gets them hurt. And that's what obviously gets yourself hurt as well. And just creates a bad name for the community. You know what I'm saying? So personally, I'm okay with the street takeover bill. You know what I'm saying? I think that they should push that 100 miles an hour. But I just hope that it doesn't become a situation where, you know, officers are kind of weaponizing it against anyone and everyone that they choose, whenever they choose. You know, they see somebody kicking up some smoke coming out of an intersection because it's a red light and they're driving a scat or a cat, street takeover. You know, you're getting sideways in the rain, street takeover. You know what I'm saying? I hope it doesn't become a situation like that, which I don't think it will. I don't think police officers in Charlotte are like that. A lot of cops in Charlotte are car guys, and they're cool, laid back. They don't really give a damn. It's just like, listen, don't mess with me. Don't, you know, endanger anybody else, and I won't mess with you. That's 95% of the officers' mindset mentality. But you know, every now and then you might run into that 5% that's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make an example out of you. But hopefully I don't run into that motherfucker. But as always, guys, it's been your boy Knockout 360, man. Street takeover bill is in effect. CMPD is not playing. They're shutting down on it. And not to mention, like, truth be told, I haven't seen any of these meets going on recently. So whatever Charlotte is doing, it's working, because they're definitely cracking down on the crazy I'm getting distracted on Instagram looking at the wrong thing. Scumbag activities. Let me get back to the video. But yeah, they're cracking down on a lot of street takeovers in the city, which I'm happy, because I haven't seen anything. I haven't heard anything. Yeah, police are not playing, man. Like, when I say they will go to extreme lengths to shut shit down, I know for a fact that they rent Scatpacks, Chargers, and Challengers from Dodge dealerships around the city so that they can go to these street takeovers and blend in and get reconnaissance, take pictures, intel, videos of people who's organizing the stuff, who's doing these street takeovers, all that stuff. Like, when they want you, they're going to get you one way or another. And there's no way around that. They don't play around. You know what I'm saying? When they want to shut an operation down, they're going to. And you wouldn't even know it. You could just be sitting there at a street takeover, shaking somebody's hand, hanging out with them, laughing with them. Little do you know, that's an undercover cop right there. To your, you know, unbeknownst to you, that's an undercover police officer right there. Which, that, I mean, that's one of the methods and tactics that they use. So, yeah, they've done a good job shut that shit down, because I haven't seen or heard anything recently in Charlotte where it's like, you know, let's go take over W.T. Harris and, you know, North Tryon. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen that personally. Maybe I'm just not privy to those groups and, you know, those car, that section of the car world. But yeah, I haven't seen anything. So whatever they're doing, it's working, and I think that they should keep doing it. Just, you know, just don't fuck with an all-black, wide-body Charger Hellcat in the city. If you see that, just let it go. You know, even if I'm speeding, just let me go. Just believe that I've got somewhere to be on time at a certain time, and I don't have time to waste. But as always, it's me, your boy Knockout 360, man. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Peace.